Hello everyone and welcome to another Pixies reaction. This time, in following your suggestions of keep going through their discography, we got Bossanova, the third studio effort of the band. Some of you have told me I should expect a shift of sound here, but I don't know mate, after listening to Surfer Rosa and Doolittle, I don't think having expectations is the way to go when you discover new Pixies music. So I'm just gonna dive into it and maybe, if I have any, ask questions later. In the meantime, I think it's time for me to stop talking and start listening. So remember to stay up to the end for the review, and I hope you enjoy it. They are opening the portals. Oh, okay. Oh god, if by shift you meant they fully dive into rock like this, yeah, I think I'm digging it. It sounds so Spanish but so West Coast at the same time. It's like a bull just went surfing. My only complaint is how short this was. But all in all, they started with a banger. Yes, this is pure rock music. Please let it be. After that first instrumental, I just forgot how much Francis sometimes liked to scream his lungs out. Oh, I didn't expect that use of the vibrato bar. And they are using it along with those dissonant notes. It is energetic and eerie at the same time. Is that all? No. Oh yes. Oh my god. That little coda sold the song for me completely. Now I think it's perfect length. Oh, those massive guitars. God, I love the 90s. Some parts of this song are so poppy, but others are just way too dissonant. It's so freaking cool. Oh Jesus. Jesus, the way those notes entwine to create that harmony. That classic and signature Pixies cadence, right there. Oh, I hear a ghastly sound. Is that a guitar or a saw? I was gonna say something about that solo and then they shift everything else completely. What I'm trying to say is, it might sound danceable and poppy, but it's so freaking complex underneath. Oh god. I hope there are Kim solo songs here. I'd truly like to listen to that. Oh, poppy dissonance. Alright, that didn't go at all where I thought it was going to. But no complaints, that's how I like it. Oh, but those solos are getting weirder and weirder. Kim's bass tone is one of the most recognizable tones on the whole music industry. Well, it was short, but it was a banger. Oh, and speaking about Kim's bass tone, that's so 90s indeed. I'm listening to those lyrics and I love them. Francis' whispered vocals are as thrilling as the screamed ones. Classic Francis right there. Oh, for an instant I thought we had a Monkey Gone to Heaven progression right there. Oh, but this is a little more interesting. I'm so surprised on how they go from completely dissonant to fully poppy in a couple of bars. And those solos, well, that solo specifically, it lasted about 10 seconds and it went from sad to epic to scary. You don't get that even in metal, not that fast. God, those whisper vocals, you can almost feel like you got them here. Okay, one thing are whisper vocals, but whisper harmonies? That's some next level thing. Come on. I love how random the solos are on this record. I see now where Wizard took some of their influences. Jesus, that guitar. It sounds like with each record they are more and more equalized, more and more in tune, and more polished overall. Why does this sound so nostalgic? Damn, I'm loving this one. I'm adding it right now. Oh, beautiful decision to just end it with a suspended chord right there instead of with the whole band. That was very simple but unexpected and I really liked it. Oh, for a moment I thought those were Latin influences. So 90s indeed. We got classic Francis here. Oh god, I don't think we have our solo Kim song on this record neither, but each time I listen to her doing backing vocals, I just wish we would. I think that chorus is just right between 80s and 90s. That 90s general psychedelia. It might not sound so stroboscopic as the 60s, but a lot of bands, and now I know Pixies included, use that signature 7th chords and all of that stuff that really makes it sound like you're on a trip. And talking about 80s. Those tritones! Those chords right there. How can you go from so dissonant to open the song like that? Oh, I don't think I will ever get over Francis' screams. Not just because of how powerful and acid they are, but because of how randomly placed are on the songs. Oh, I wanted more of that song. Gouge away. I'm sorry, it's just some of the things I listen in this record are so them. I can only relate them to things they have done before. It's even the same melody. Oh. Well, it might not be Gouge Away, but it has that energy. that guitar, actually everything right now sounds like pure paradise. The way Francis' voice flows here is a mood. It has a fade out. That's the first song it has a fade out. Oh god, you don't know how much I appreciate that. Damn, they even dived into hard rock. Yeah, I listen to more Spanish influences here. That guitar sounds like it's trying to communicate with the aliens. Oh, a little more surf rock. Yes, when you told me this was very different from Surfer Rosa and the Little, I don't know, I think I did expect something a little more Latin, hence the title, but this is absolutely cohesive. This is so freaking strong. All in all, it's very polished, and I think this record is the one I'm digging the most on my first listen, even more than the Little. Oh, there's a transition. Or maybe not, but I'm just gonna let it run. Jeez, and talking about psychedelia. Oh, but I appreciate those unexpected shifts. I'm looking at the lyrics. Those are only 2 lines. And I thought Nirvana was minimalistic when it comes to songwriting. Well, on the bright side, it must be very easy to sing along to this song. Oh, those 7th and minor chords. The cadence there is as tragic as beautiful. I'm still amazed on how easily they can get away with putting a little dissonance here and there and still sound so poppy and so easy and so danceable and so ethereal. Oh, Kim. That guitar is like raindrops, so delicate and so easy and peaceful to listen. I can almost see those raindrops. Bossanova, ladies and gentlemen. After listening to Bossanova several times last week, I think it's safe to say I found my favorite Pixies record. Even if the band recorded at several locations and with Kim initially absent, the sound they achieved here is by far, and as I said before, the most cohesive and polished I've heard by them. I think my only expectation here was to listen to some Latin influences, perhaps because of the title or because of Francis' history with Latin culture, but instead we got these Spanish influences all along the record. Which leads me to the question, why did they name this album like that? Still, Bossanova is the first Pixies record that for me sounds fully developed and never like a collage of songs. I'm not saying Surfer Rosa and Doolittle are collages of songs, because they're definitely not, but sometimes, and for my ears, they do sound like it. And I do like better the singles from those 2 records, but as a whole, Bossanova is simply much more cohesive in every sense for me. I don't think they shift and derange completely here. I think they truly evolved, but most importantly, became self-aware of their sound and identity. You just gotta take a look to those crazy and sometimes minimalistic to the bone lyrics about aliens and outer space to know Francis was really pushing here on that one thing that makes Pixies so unique: the reverence. The value of Francis' lyrics lays in how easily he can say what a lot of people is feeling, but nobody else is capable of putting to words. And yes, it is so confusing at the beginning, especially if you're just getting into them, but the more you listen, the more you realize what Francis is trying to do here is capturing that universal zeitgeist for some of the most indescribable things a person is capable of experimenting. They might use guitars like every other band from their time, but they don't follow the rules. And the deeper you get into their discography, the clearer it also gets. They are not your average rock band. I do see myself getting Bossanova on vinyl, but first I'm gonna stream it a couple more times or else I might wear it out too soon. That's the thing with Pixies records, you don't listen to them just once. They have this beautiful magnetism that makes you say, no, wait, there's something hidden in there, I know it, or that song is too short, for sure it hides something, I gotta know. And when you realize it, you've listened to that record 10 times in 2 days. I think that's also the beauty of their music, because it doesn't matter how many times you heard it, there is always something new awaiting for you. So that was my reaction/review of Bossanova by Pixies. If you like what you see, you can always subscribe. Or if you'd like to watch my other Pixies reactions, you got this playlist right here. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Whitburn, and I'll see you in the next one.